Shadow Articuno is here. Let's have a look on how to beat this icy bird. Shadow Articuno is available in Tier 5 Legendary Shadow Raids. Can only be done using in-person raid passes, and of course, the shiny is available. Articuno can be caught with the following CP values with an IV floor of 666. At level 20, a non-weather boosted Hundo Articuno will come in at 1743 CP. Level 25, weather boosted, will see the Hundo at 2179 CP. Shadow Articuno is an ice and flying type and is double weak to rock, so it's also weak to electric, fire and steel type attacks. Shadow Articuno is an immensely difficult Tier 5 raid due to the Shadow Raid mechanism. You will need to be very well prepared with top counters, correct movesets, powered up Pokemon, and most importantly, purified gems. Communication will be key for this raid. You will want to plan not only your Mega Pokemon team positions and counters, but also your use of purified gems. So be sure you communicate with your fellow trainers. We would suggest groups of 4 to 6 high-level trainers with top counters that are maxed out, armed with purified gems, or 8 to 10 for lower level trainers and those without ideal counters. Purified gems are a must. Now, some advice. As a Shadow Raid, Articuno will hit harder than ever before. So make sure your counters are powered up, have the right movesets, and aren't weak to raid bosses' moves. These raids are a tricky group task for even the most prepared trainers, and you will need purified gems to defeat them. Shadow Raid bosses will grow enraged as you battle them, boosting their attack and their defense. You will need to subdue Shiny Articuno using purified gems, a new item that can be assembled from Shadow Shards. Shadow Shards are mysterious gem pieces that may be dropped by a Team Go Rocket Grunt leader and from Shadow Raids. You will need to gather enough shards to use Professor Willow's newly invented shard refiner, and in return you'll be rewarded with a purified gem. If I'm not mistaken, you need 4 pieces to get a purified gem. Be sure to have collected as many as you can before you attempt a Shadow Articuno raid, as without them you won't be able to return it to its normal non-enraged state. There are multiple ways purified gems can assist your battle against enraged Shadow Raid bosses. When you use a purified gem during a Shadow Raid, the enraged Shadow Raid boss's attack and defense will be lowered temporarily. This can give you the opening you need to take them down. You and your fellow trainers can use more than one purified gem during a Shadow Raid. If used at the same time, their effects will stack. If enough purified gems are used, the enraged Shadow Raid boss will be subdued, returning to its non-enraged state, which might give you the edge you need to defeat it. Purified gems will show in the bottom left corner of the raid battle when you are able to use them, so be sure to communicate with your raid group to stack their effects. Some notes: these raids last 300 seconds, 5 minutes if I'm correct. You get 3 guaranteed extra large candy. It counts towards Battle Legend medal. It does not count towards the Ultra Hero medal though. Shiny Shadow Articuno has been enabled. IV floor appears to be 6, and it appears it is 8 gems needed to subdue Articuno, like the T3 Shadow Raids. The best counters for Shadow Articuno is definitely going to be your Mega Pokemon, but let's look at it in a bit more detail. We would highly recommend the use of Mega Pokemon in Shadow Articuno raids. They provide not only greater damage output but also boost Pokemon of the same typing in the raid. We would suggest discussing your counter choices with your fellow trainers and plan Mega Pokemon and their position in your team accordingly. If you have a group of 6, for example, one person have their Mega in slot 1, the next in slot 2, the next in slot 3, etc. So you can try to keep the Mega boost going throughout the raid. If we have a look at the best Mega counters, we kick it off with Mega Aerodactyl with the moveset Rock Throw and Rock Slide. Mega Blaziken with Fire Spin, Blast Burn. Mega Charizard Y with Fire Spin, Blast Burn, Mega Aggron with Smackdown, Meteor Beam, Mega Charizard X with Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and Mega Manectric with Thunderfang and Wild Charge. While Shadow Pokemon are extremely expensive to power up, these are the top Shadow Pokemon you can use against Shadow Articuno. Ensure you no longer have frustration on these Pokemon before considering adding them to your team. If you have any of these as an option, while they take more damage than non-Shadow Pokemon, they will also deal more damage. Shadow Rhyperior with Smackdown and Rock Wrecker will be effective. Shadow Tyranitar with Smackdown, Stone Edge. Shadow Aggron with Smackdown and Meteor Beam. Shadow Omastar with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. Shadow Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide. And lastly, Shadow Golem with Rock Throw and Stone Edge. Here are the best Pokemon to use against Articuno raid boss that are not Mega Pokemon. Being weak to 3 different types, Articuno's counters table is diverse and shows the strongest Pokemon to use against this raid boss. Try to pick from the top of the list and ensure they have the necessary movesets and that they are powered up. We have a Rampardos with Smackdown and Rock Slide, Rhyperior with Smackdown and Rock Wrecker, Terrakion with Smackdown and Rock Slide, Gigalith with Smackdown and Meteor Beam, Tyrantrum with Rock Throw and Meteor Beam, and Tyranitar with Smackdown and Stone Edge. All, of course, rock type moves. If you are successful in beating and catching Shadow Articuno, you may have an Articuno with either of the following fast moves: Ice Shard or Frost Breath. In the charged move department, there's obviously more moves that it might have: Blizzard, Ice Beam, Ancient Rock, Icy Wind, and Hurricane. And that is it for the how-to on Shadow Articuno. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you find it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell for more tips and tricks just like this. Happy raiding, guys, and good luck. Cheers.